Merry Christmas, and welcome to The Legend of Viper, a former pro, and the only player in North America with more than 2,000 LP. And not only that, he has 3 accounts in the top 5 spots of Challenger as I'm recording this. Viper is a Riven one-trick who plays her like nobody else, and as I quote him, Riven is not OP because of her 1v1 strength. Instead, it's because of her mobility and ability to out-rotate other top laners, which it kinda makes sense when you think about it because her Q gives her 3 dashes and her E gives her another one on top of that. But it's easy enough to say that this is how you're supposed to be playing Riven, this is what makes her good, this is what she can do, but it's way harder to put it into practice, with any champion really. But let's see how North America's rank 1 player does it. And funnily enough, he ends up playing Riven in all of the roles. Top, mid, jungle. He takes some bot lane too, and I bet he plays a mad Riven support. It doesn't matter where he goes, he still plays Riven really well. You can just see it by his wave control, where he last hits these minions perfectly as he crashes a tower to take a turret plating. Side note, before using League Director, I never realized that the turret platings were a part of the tower that could be actually destroyed. Just look at how one of the plates get broken from the side that Riven was attacking from. But let's get back to Viper, who's escaping through one of the roads that connect to the red side blue buff. And straight into Graves, who wasn't ready for this at all, who straight up just blast gunned his way out, leaving Kassadin all in the zone against Riven and Kha'Zix. This might be a little bit nerdy, but my favorite part about the way that he plays is his lane control. He lets the minions build up for a second until the next wave is about to hit, and then he clears out the melees and goes to push the casters as well. He then uses this timing to use the mobility that Riven is so well known for to put pressure up in top lane, which is amazing because the thing is he's playing the game in a way that other people can't even imagine. The craziest part to me is he makes it look like it's easy. He goes up topside and wins the entire lane for him, and his own at the same time. Okay, just look at this. She chases Fiora down into the alcove, and then she flash EWs on top of Fiora and Graves, getting the double kill. And then crazier yet, she goes back to lane after getting shut down by Kassadin and does the exact same thing and 1v1s Graves on his Krugs. Seriously, she pushes the lane out again just like she did before, and then flips over this wall and takes Graves out. It was so bloody and gruesome that I had to cut the whole scene out, otherwise I'm never going to be monetized. So what I did is I moved the camera a little bit further back so it's not as close up on the brutal bloody action that League of Legends is. But if you look closely, you can still see Fiora fall down to her knees, under her own tower. And while all this is going on, Graves respawns and heads straight back to top lane to fight Riven. With the help of his team, of course, and then they're able to get the shutdown on her again. But it's not enough. To Viper, this death timer wasn't even a problem. If anything, it gave him time to think of the ultimate plan, where when he respawns, he goes over and takes red buff and makes a solo push 1v4 against the entire enemy team. Although I'm gonna be honest, I don't think he meant to fight them all here. He was chasing Graves down to get another shutdown and maybe put a little pressure on the map. Sure, he has an advantage with red buff, but I don't think this is what he was actually going for. Either way, it was cool as fuck. Look at this, Fiora S-keys, looks her dead in the eye, and runs away. Kassadin shows up over the wall, but it's not enough. They start fighting it out, but Riven still has the advantage. She's holding her own even as Seraphine shows up, making it 6v1 with the minions. And even through Seraphine's ultimate, Riven shrugs it off and flips on top of her, pushing her out of the fight, forcing Kassadin to try to make a play to save his support, getting himself killed in the process. The only one who survives to tell the tale is Seraphine. And as the game comes to a close, Riven walks back to Fiora's body and casually emotes like an absolute boss, if I might say, the final boss of North America.